long because where we come, I started this in 1960 something, and all that I've seen is that we now have over 200 of our best and bravest men and women sitting behind bars in the gulags that they call the so-called whatever they call this damn system that holds our brothers and our sisters captive beyond means. We can't sit here. We don't want to keep doing this, but we keep trying to get us, all of us, organized in one great big thing that will move these people. We talked about, some of them have been in prison for almost 40 years. Ruchell Magee has been acquitted, do you hear, by a jury. But a judge said no, he can't go free. And Ruchell Magee has been down over 40 years in a California prison. Sundiata Kohli, Jalil Muntagin, Herman Bell, all of them, over 30 years. They became targets of the government's ire back in the 60s and the 70s when they decided that they were not going to stand still and watch the government wipe out our people. They went to war. Sekou Odinga, Mutulu. They fought for us. And this is why they are sitting behind bars today after 30 years. The one thing about people like Mutulu, Sundiata, Jalil, they are supposedly locked up, supposed to be locked down. But if you've ever had the blessing and the privilege to visit them, you come away with so much more strength than all of us together, put together, have. These brothers and sisters have not stopped fighting. They fight every day of the year. And we sit and we talk and we organize marches, but we ain't got them out yet. And that's all I have to say is that we got to get them out. How do we do it? I don't know. But the first thing, yes, the first thing is we organize. And not no piss-ass organizing where you come together once a year or maybe twice a year in a rally. You systematically organize to educate, to push, to agitate, as people have said maybe at times, to make it impossible for this country to continue. You organize, and you got to take the blows. Because when you take those blows, when you organize, there will be blows. Trust me, there will be blows, but we got to keep on organized so that we can do this by any means necessary. We sit and we talk about, well, why don't you go get them? They are brothers and sisters who will go get him like they went and got Assata Shakur, remember? They went and got her. And the New Jersey state has not yet recovered and will not forgive. You will not forgive. Sundiata will not forgive anybody that have in their grip because Assata made them look like a bunch of damn fools. And they don't forget and they don't forgive. But when Assata did walk out of that prison, it was with the help of organized people above ground. It was with the help of people who opened their doors, some of them. It was with the help of people who put forth money. It was the help of people who kept agitating and kept educating until Assata was safe. We have to organize so that that other group of people, those of us who are willing to go in there and get them, but know that we have their backs, that we stand as a body and are ready and willing to stand in front of them so that the government can only come down but so far. And the government will come down, and that, I think, is one of the reasons why so many of us don't do what we must do, or what we have to do, because the government does come down. But if we don't get it together, and I ain't gonna be here 40 years from now, I know that. But even 10 years from now, it's just, it can't go on. It just cannot go on. And I look at us, and we're too comfortable, we're too satisfied, we're too easy. It has to change. We have to change. We have to change. Malcolm talked about self-defense and self-determination. Well, damn it, then let's do some self-defense. And let's do some self-determination as a people, and not just come together once in a while. It's hard work, brothers and sisters, let me tell you. And you don't get rich, let me tell you that too. You gotta hold on to everything you got to be able to make that meal tomorrow. But you've got to get out there, organize, push, educate, do whatever. Work with our young. We were talking, and I'm gonna get off in a few minutes. We were talking, some of us, about why are young people so apathetic compared to the Jalils and the Herman and the Sundiatas and the Mutulus of the 60s and the 70s. In the 60s and the 70s, brothers and sisters, we knew who the enemy was. We knew, there was no question. That cracker was out to get you, and you better be ready to defend yourself. Today, it doesn't happen that way. Today, you all sit, and he's beating the head of that brother down the road. Ain't got nothing to do with you, maybe. But it does have everything to do with you. And you better understand that. Today, we sit, we got most of us, or some of us, got nice paying jobs that Jalil and Mutulu and Sundiata and Sekou made possible. They hired you and hired us so that they would quiet them down and quiet the noise they were making. But that's all it was. And now, God help us, if you end up on November 5th with a black president, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, do you know what that is going to mean? They're going to sit back and you're going to say, oh, well, we can be president of the United States. Why the hell do you want to be that? I don't know. But you're going to sit there and you're going to say that. And our job is going to be that much harder. But we're going to have to do it. And we're only going to do it by organizing, 24/7, organizing, pushing and organizing. Thank you, brother.